Every setup has its set of essential peripherals, and we all have different budgets. On top of that, all these peripherals come in a wide range of prices. So today we're gonna compare some peripherals, cheap versus expensive, and throughout the whole video I'll be focusing on three main comparison points. Number one, features. Number two, the experience of using them, and number three, the value for money. So let's get started with the keyboards. In today's day and age, gaming keyboards are all about Hall effect and magnetic switches. Today I have with me the Echo Fun60 Ultra TMR coming in at $65 and the Wooting 60HE V2 coming in at $215. Now, in terms of features and functions, it's actually a really tight comparison. It's really similar. They both have the most important things, which is the Hall effect features like customizable actuation points, so you can basically adjust its sensitivity to your own preference. On top of that, there is also all the other Hall effect features like rapid trigger and SOCD, mod tab, you name it, they both have it. The main difference in features lies in our Fun60. This actually uses TMR sensors, which is the newer tech. It's a more power efficient sensor which allows for both magnetic and mechanical switches, and on top of that also provide for wireless connectivity. So in terms of features, I would say the Fun60 does have the upper hand. It's providing a little more. It's providing the flexibility to install mechanical switches whenever you want, and on top of that, wireless connectivity, which Hall effect cannot do. Now, moving on to the experience itself, let's start with the software. Wooting software utility is till this day one of the most polished softwares. It's reliable, it's intuitive, and it's perfect for any beginner. And since we are comparing it directly, Monsgeek software, it falls short when we're comparing it directly to the Wooting. And don't get me wrong, it does get the job done, but if you look at it, I'm pretty sure you can see the difference between Monsgeek software versus utility. Now, gaming on them, I would be lying if I said I could actually feel the difference between these two, because I can't. At the end of the day, a keyboard main function is just to register your key presses. But when it comes to sound and feel right out of the box, Wooting 60HE V2 is miles ahead. The sound profile you're getting and the feeling of the switches is way better than it used to be. And if we're comparing it to a budget $60 keyboard, it's not even close. So last but not least, value for money. If you're talking absolute bang for your buck, you want every cent of your money to be worth it, it's gonna be the Fun60. It's definitely one for those who are on a tighter budget, but it's still a really good choice because you will probably upgrade it with your own choice of magnetic switches. The Wooting, on the other hand, I wouldn't say it's value for money. You're paying for the brand, you're paying for the premium experience right out of the box. They have built themselves as one of the most prestigious brands when it comes to Hall effect, so fair game, you know? Next up is gaming mice. I have with me the Attack Shark X11 and my trusty old Razer Viper V3 Pro. As you all may know from my annual setup tours, I have been using the Razer Viper V3 Pros, or like the Razer Viper series in general, for the past 4 to 5 years. So this Attack Shark X11 was really interesting to see because this is the perfect budget clone to the Razer Viper V3 Pro. I'm gonna call it Viper V3 from now on. So anyway, the X11 comes in at $25 and the V3 Pro comes in at $160. It's a very big difference in price. So let's start with the features. We have the Focus Pro 35K Gen 2 sensor on the Viper and the PixArt Paw 3311 sensor on our X11. We can run up to 35,000 DPI in our Viper and 22,000 DPI on our X11. For casual gaming, the PixArt sensor is probably good enough, but when it comes to higher speed kind of flicks, this will tend to spin out. We have true 8K polling on our Viper V3 and the X11 we are on 1000 Hz. And that might seem like a lot of a difference, but 8000 Hz polling rate drains your battery really fast. So even for myself, when I'm gaming, I have it set to 2000, maybe 4000, but on a normal usage basis, I'm on 1000 polling rate because I don't need such crazy polling rate when I'm, I don't know, scrolling Google or something. So personally, I do think that the 1000 Hz on the X11 is perfectly fine. Now onto more physical features, the X11 comes in at 63 grams and our Viper V3 Pro comes in at 54 grams. And this, for some reason, I can physically feel. 9 grams might sound not a lot, but when I'm so used to 54 grams, holding on to something that is above 60 grams feels a lot heavier. But now, the biggest difference in terms of these two mice are the switches. The Razer uses their Gen 3 optical switches versus the Huano mechanical switches on the X11. So optical switches physically cannot double click, so you can't screw up a click, but on mechanical switches, over time, it's prone to double clicking. In terms of features, the one thing that the X11 has over the Viper V3 Pro is triple mode connection. This allows for Bluetooth connection because we have 1000 Hz polling rate. We're not worrying about 8000 Hz polling rate. So with the X11, especially for those of you who swap between your laptop and your computer, I would imagine that Bluetooth would be a game changer. Now for the experience itself, in terms of its shape, this is basically one-to-one. If you cannot justify the price of a Viper V3 Pro and you love the ergonomics of it, you love the shape of it, then this is actually a really good option because I was so surprised at how similar the shape is. It's basically a one-to-one clone. The biggest difference itself when gaming is the coating itself. The X11 feels somewhat like a chalky plastic. It feels like they're trying to give you grip out of plastic, but it's not really there either, which is why I assume they provide grip tape. But on the V3 Pro, it actually feels really nice if you're comparing it directly. The coating feels a lot more premium and by itself feels kind of grippy. And yeah, this is just, I'm pretty sure you guys can see the shine on it. It's just kind of smooth, but like you can feel they tried to make it grippy kind of thing. So value for money, the X11 is going to win really easily. And for $25, if you are more of a casual gamer, you don't have the extra budget, and you want something similar to the Viper V3 Pro, this is an amazing choice. But if you do have the extra budget though, this mouse I have been using for 3 to 4 years, or like the Viper series in general from Razer. It's one of my favorite mouse I have used till this day. I've been gaming since I was, I don't know, 12 or something. I've used a lot of mouse, and this is probably one of my favorite mice I have used till this day. Now, last but not least is headsets. And this full disclaimer, I am not an audiophile. I just use these headsets for gaming, for watching videos, casual music listener. But this one is a little random because I went on Shopee, I sorted according to top sales, and this was the most sold gaming headset. This is the Onikuma X32, a $20 gaming headset, and we'll be comparing it to my daily driver, the G Pro X Wireless, which I bought for $300. Yep, that's her. So let's start with connectivity. I'm low-key trolled because I realized I should have found a wireless headset to compare it directly, but this is a full wired headset. First of all, this full wireless, we have the Lightspeed wireless connection from Logitech. I've used wired headsets for most of my life, but when I changed to wireless headsets 2 years ago, I can't go back. This is amazing. The Onikuma X32 is a full wire headset via the audio jack. Technically, that's also a plus. It will literally work on any platform you want to use it on, be it PC, PS5, Xbox, and you wouldn't need any dongles. A little more detail on the G Pro X Wireless, we have the 2.4 GHz Lightspeed wireless connectivity with up to 20 hours of battery life. Now, they both have 50mm drivers. The Logitech uses their Pro G hybrid mesh drivers versus these, they called it the high precision drivers. I wouldn't even believe if they actually used 50mm drivers, not gonna lie. Now let's just hop into the experience, because headsets, it's a lot more about the experience. First of all, we have really flashy RGB on our budget headset, and surprisingly, it feels really uncomfortable to use them. They barely fit my ear. I don't think I have really big ears, but these are really uncomfortable. But the one padding that I think they did well was the padding on top. It's thick, it's soft, it rests well on my head. But these ear cups need to go. And there is not much like flex, you know, it feels really rigid. The whole experience using them was, safe to say, atrocious, but you know, But my G Pro X, wow, GPX, it's really comfortable. It's one of my favorite headsets I have used till this day. It fits my ear perfectly. It's not uncomfortable. I can wear these for hours. I've used this for like 1.5 years and there is no sign of wear and tear. Now moving on to the audio quality, it's really not that bad. It's getting the job done. I can hear clearly, I can play CS, I can hear where the enemy is coming from. It does what it's supposed to do and I can't complain about it. Now the GPX on the other hand does have a little more to the sound, because in the software itself we're able to actually adjust what we want to hear more, hear a little less, and there are a ton of presets from the community to help with this headset for FPS games like Valorant, CS, or you can also just have it for in general music listening, or for a more cinematic experience you can have surround sound. It's really nice. So I don't want to stay on this headsets for too long because I feel like I kind of screwed up buying such a shitty headset. I felt like if I accidentally sat on this, it would probably break. It's full plastic. I'm pretty sure you can hear how cheap it is. When I was younger, when I was 12 to like 18 years old, when I couldn't afford a $300 headset, these were what I used. I went through so many of cheap gaming headsets. I would just use them. Once they're broken, I would just get a new one, because for $300 I could get 15 of these headsets. So if we're talking value for money, find a cheap gaming headset, I would say. But if you have the budget, please invest in good wireless gaming headsets. I'll have everything linked down below except for these gaming headset, because I don't think anyone should use that. It's kind of ass. I actually hate this headset. Holy shit. But if you are from Singapore and you click on the YouTube shopping cart, it brings you to Shopee. It gives you a voucher on Shopee, 30% off. I think the max discount is $100. You can also buy Switch 2 to play Pokopia. I've been playing that a lot. I wanted to do a YouTube shot on it. You'll probably see it soon. And for the rest of the world, I'll have it linked on Amazon or whichever I think is the best bang for your buck. So aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Comment your thoughts on what other peripherals you want to see me do. I was planning on doing one more with glass mouse pads, monitors, microphones, that kind of thing. So if you guys are interested to see more cheap versus expensive peripherals, comment that down below and let me know more ideas you are keen to see. Subscribe if you enjoyed my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!